What's up, investors? It's the Russian dude. Today, let's talk about another thing which I found recently, which once again confirms that indeed the US stock market is significantly overvalued, as it was not, at least in the last 2 decades. Right now, what we are going through is an unprecedented event. To be honest, I can imagine why the stock market is still kind of barely holding and not crashing, but the longer we go, the more unreasonable, the more unreal this balance can seem. I hope there will be a so-called soft landing and the Fed and the US government will be able to get out of the financial troubles they are going through right now and without crushing the economy completely. But, well, once again, with each day passing, the probability of this happening diminishes even further. And so yeah, this most recent new graph which I found shows the correlation between the SPY, basically the S&P 500, and TLT, which is basically 20-year treasuries. And as you can see, historically, whenever the correlation between these two graphs were exceeding approximately 1 to 2 standard deviations, this is a very technical term, it will take me a lot of time to explain this, but long story short, it is a very bad thing when the correlation between these two exceeds 2 standard deviations. Once again, as you can see historically from this graph, it has never went above and beyond 2 standard deviations, even during the dot-com bubble of the early 2000s. It was not like this during the greater financial crisis of 2006, 7 and 8. It was always getting extremely close, or pretty much just intersecting the second standard deviation, and then, well, eventually it was crashing all the way down. This time, what we see, it already exceeded these 2 standard deviations and, well, it continued to climb up, then it temporarily went down, but it's still far above whatever we've seen in the past, and there are no signs that it will keep going down in the future. Right now we have a very unstable, very fragile period because we have the presidential elections upcoming, but at the same time it kind of nullifies the effect of this uncertainty with the upcoming winter rally, because this is precisely when the stock market traditionally, historically, does go up on average more than during previous periods. So these two events might nullify each other, but then, well, the 2025 will begin. There is not going to be that much big support for the stock market, like, once again, winter, Christmas, New Year bonuses, what is expected in the next couple of months. And then, this is when we might see some unsustainable mechanisms happening inside the US economy, which can lead to a pretty big, if left unchecked, in my opinion, to be very big, uncertain and very devastating consequences. But for now, the US economy is holding, the Feds are doing their job, the Fed pivot did happen, so the interest rates are lower, which also supposed to help the economy in exchange for accelerating back the inflation. So I personally think we have a very exciting time ahead, only time will tell. So guys, if you want to see what's going to happen, please subscribe to my channel, like this video. Thanks so much for watching, see you tomorrow.